You are listening to Burning Rubber Radio, Mandy DeLay. We are back. And Bob, we are going to be talking with someone here that does some local drag racing down here in the state of Florida. Happens to be a buddy of mine's daughter. Her name's Kennady Jones. Kennedy, welcome to Burning Rubber Radio.
Thank you, and congratulations on your 100th show. It's awesome to be on with you guys.
Thank you very much. Yeah, can you believe I put up with Bob Steele over here for 100 shows? It's unbelievable.
Wait
That's
a minute.
awesome.
Yeah, anyway, Kennedy, you're a drag racer down here in Florida. I want to hear all about what you do, because part of what we do here on Burning Rubber Radio is we don't always just talk to all the NASCAR guys. We talk about the local and upcoming racers here, and I got a feeling that the folks in the drag racing world are going to hear a lot about Kennady Jones. Tell us a little bit about what you do, where you race, and how you do it.
Well, I have a Ford Lightning pickup that I run in the NMRA, so that's a 6-race circuit, and we go everywhere from Bradenton all the way up to Ohio, and I have a lot of fun doing it. It started as a family thing, and it is a family thing. I gained a lot of sponsors just by starting out as a 16-year-old girl. So I'm 18 now, but it's pretty awesome to see how it grew to be what it is now, and everything that I incorporate with it. So all the people I get to meet, all the places I get to go, and I get to do what I love, which is race.
That's awesome. And a friend of our show here, Krista Lease, Bob, she runs in the NMR too, huh?
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does. It was like her first race, I think, this past week with the NMRA, I think.
Yeah, it was. She had a brand new car, a Fox-bodied Mustang, and I know that they just finished it up. And as it came off the trailer, it needed still a little bit of work. So they spent a lot of the weekend still busting butt on it. But you can bet they're going to be very competitive soon.
Oh yeah, I heard she did really well too.
Yep, and Krista Elise, of course, on the Performance Motorsports Network with her show. So that's really neat, Kennedy. Now let's tell me. First off, how old are you?
I just turned 18 about a month ago.
All right, so you're a youngin' in this sport here, and you've been doing it, you said, since you're 16, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yep, my first race was about a week after I got my license, so.
That's a heck of a way to get out there after you had your license.
Oh, yeah.
What motivated you for this? How did you get into drag racing? You know, that's not something that every 18-year-old does.
Well, I've actually been around it ever since I was about 3 or 4. My grandpa's the one who took me to all the races. I remember going to Fun Ford Weekend over in Orlando when I was probably about 4 or 5, and I was infatuated with it, and I had always wanted to race ever since I was a little girl, so I got really lucky that my grandpa brought me into it.
Now, when you get in there behind the wheel and you pull up there into the staging lights and stuff like that, tell us about your experience behind the wheel.
Oh, I get really nervous. I'm just that type of person, but it helps me react quicker, which is something that I like. But yeah, when you, like right after the burnout, it's game time. Everything is shut off. I'm in the zone, and it's like, my heart's beating fast, and then all of a sudden the launch, it just shoves you back in the seat, and you're like, this is really cool.
What kind of times are you running?
The fastest time I've ran is at about 11:37. So, I mean, that's pretty quick for me. I started out my first year running high 13s, like 13.6, 13.7. And so last year, then I started running like kind of 12.2, and then this year I'm running 11. So it's pretty cool.
All right, and tell us a little bit about the truck that you drive. How is it modified? What kind of engine you got in it? Tell us a little about your machinery.
I got a GT500 engine in there, so, you know, it's not your typical Lightning. I have a Kenny Bell blower, which I'm also sponsored by them. I also have SCT, who sponsored me, and they do all of my tuning. I have about 8 tunes that helps, you know, with the weather conditions and what the air is looking like that day. I also have Cook's custom headers on there, so, you know, it sounds really good and gives you that little bit of an extra horsepower. But, yeah, that's pretty much about it I got in there.
So what kind of horsepower are you turning in the truck?
If I'm up in my highest tune, I get about 609, 610. When we have it on the street tune, which I drive it kind of day to day sometimes, I get about 495 to 497. So it's, it puts out a lot.
Well, wait a second. You said day to day. You drive this on the street?
You can, yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's an attention
Bob, I'm
grabber, that's
jealous,
for
man.
sure.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I need one of those things. That's for sure. So, what's the next class? Where do you graduate up to after this class?
Well, there's a couple of different things you could go in. I want to stay with trucks. Hopefully one day I'll be running, and hopefully the Gator Nationals next to Brittany and Courtney Force. Eventually I want to be in like a funny car. That's kind of that's my long off goal, but I think it's feasible at this point.
All right, yeah, it's anything that's a dream is feasible. So,
Yes.
where you all now? You just got done with Bradenton, right? And where you headed
Yes.
next?
We're going to Commerce, Georgia. So we'll be over there in April, I think 11th and 12th. I think we'll be up there.
All right. Do you run with any other series, or are you all standalone series, or what?
Yes. Sometimes we run with the NMCA series too. We only have a couple races with them though.
Okay, so NMCA. So this is an excellent series. You guys, I'm just curious. You get any TV time, or is it all just local?
It's mostly local. I've been in a couple of magazines. That's pretty much our way of getting out there, so to speak. But yeah, that's our media, is magazines and stuff like that.
And of course, you're getting out there on Burning Rubber Radio too.
Yes, of course.
Now, how many races do y'all run per season?
We run 6 races.
All right. So I guess it's even bigger than regional. So this is almost east of the Mississippi River series. So it's nothing small. Do you happen to know where you can find their website for their stuff? Do you know that?
It would be on nmradigital.com. That would be where you can, if you want to get a membership and start racing, that's where you can go to get it all.
That's awesome. Now, do you work on the car?
I do a couple little things. I'm currently learning right now, how to tune it, what tune is best for the type of weather. I know how to change like the pulley on my oh my goodness, I'm having a brain fart here. On my Kennedy Jones blower. There we go. That's what it is. Oh, it's been a long day, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's awesome. That's great. You're fitting right in here on Burning Rubber. Oh my gosh. So here's the big thing. Of course, your dad being a friend of mine, do you get dad up underneath the car turning wrenches?
He helps with what he knows. I love having him come because, he's like, my parents are like my little supporters, and I've always been like a daddy's girl. So it's always cool to have him out there, and especially when I'm in the lanes right before I'm about to go up, we always do like a little fist bump, and that's kind of our thing before we go up. So it's pretty cool.
You do have a pretty awesome dad, I'll tell you that. Now, drag racing, any type of racing, the big thing about it is everyone says it's expensive. Now, how expensive is it to run in your series?
Well, just to get into the race, it costs like I don't know how many per person, but it's a couple hundred. I know that, and then to flights to get to the races, the gas it takes if we're driving to and from. It's not a cheap sport, but if it wasn't for the sponsors that I have, it would not be possible at all. And especially for my grandpa and my parents, it definitely wouldn't be possible. So, yeah, definitely sponsors have helped me so much, and I can't thank them enough. I really can't.
You're very right. Any type of racing is definitely expensive. So that's neat to know. And you know what's important? Take time right now to give a shout out to your sponsors, Kennedy.
Oh, all right. It's a little bit of a long list. I got SDT Bully Dog. They just merged. Thank you guys for everything you've done. I've got Wrap Masters that just put a new wrap on my truck. Let's see, Cook's Custom Headers, Kenny Bell, Lightning Force Performance, Ford Racing. Man, the list just keeps going on here. But yeah, there's so many. But I just want to thank, if you guys are listening out there, thank you guys so much. It's really awesome, and I really couldn't do it without you guys.
Yeah, and thank you for supporting Kennady Jones. And hey, Kennady, how can folks follow you on social media?
If you guys want to follow me, you can follow Kennady Jones Racing on Facebook. That's usually where I post all my stuff, like where I'm at, what I'm doing, and how everything's going. So yeah, if you just like my page, then you'll get all the updates.
Now, Kennady, we're going to try to keep following you here on Burning Rubber Radio this year, giving you some updates and letting the folks get to know you here at the grassroots end. So whenever you're up there running against the forces and all that stuff, and the Gator Nationals, they're going to say, "Hey, we knew you when you were on Burning Rubber Radio back in the day." So
that'd be awesome.
Now, there's something I've roped you into. Now, on the NASCAR side, Kenny Wallace started this thing with me. He grabbed my mic one day and yelled, "Burning Rubber, baby!" when I was at the track. And that's been the show's moniker ever since. So everyone that's on the show, before they get off, has to yell those three famous words at the top of their voice. "Burning Rubber, baby." And you know what, Kennedy? It gives you an extra 5 horsepower at the track, too. So let's hear those Let's hear the 3 famous words at the top of your voice.
Burning Rubber, baby.
Yeah. Woohoo, folks. Kennady Jones. You can follow her on Kennady Jones Racing on Facebook, and you can follow her on the Burning Rubber Radio page, too. We'll be giving you updates there.